Hi there, and welcome to the Market Rag for Monday, February 4th, 2008. So basically what we did today in the markets was give back the majority of what we gained on Friday. You can see here the Dow Jones was down about 100 points. Again, real big percentage moves here, you guys, almost 1% across the board, with the NASDAQ leading down just a hair. Euro's got kind of an interesting situation. I'll show you that chart. Oil had a nice little move up. Gold down slightly, and the bonds taking it on the chin ahead. As we come over here to the sentiment grid, you'll notice the NASDAQ was down a hair, but notice this sentiment across the board. We've got downtrends on all the big boys, but a little lower sentiment here on the NASDAQ, especially here in the shorter term and the medium term. Bonds, this big hit today dropped it down pretty good, and you'll see it's losing favor. Not quite as much as oil, but getting up there in that range. As we come over to the S&P, you'll see here basically we gave up all of Fridays, like I was saying. Not very good optimism, but remember, this is what we call that inside day. Now that's a pause. It didn't go up and it didn't go down. Just kind of hung out inside of Friday's range, but not looking very good since it did give it back. As you guys will notice, we got a lot of real toppy type signals in the market right now, which still makes me believe this is a bit of a sucker's rally. We're still right in this little zone, but the question is, can they hold it above there? The Euro's put in a nice little pullback here right below this resistance area. Wonder if this is the time it's going to take it out, or if we're going to head back down here towards the bottom of the channel. Coming over to bonds, we had the big move up here through the resistance area, and it hasn't really gotten back down there. And it really hasn't gotten back up to that area lately. Once again, if it can break above there, I think you're in for a good up run. But until then, kind of be watching for the lower part of this channel to come into play. Coming on over to this sector sentiment grid here, again, not very pretty, a lot of yellow, and again, you'll see a few bright spots here just starting to show up. What's interesting is, last week we had such an amazing week, the best week in 4 years. A lot of those things that were big movers last week were things coming off the bottom, things that have just been destroyed, like your home builders, your finance, your semis, stuff like that. What's interesting is look at what happened today. When the market failed, some of your biggest moves down 3.5% in the semis and 3.5% basically in the financials as well. These were two weaker areas that last week were very strong, and again they're showing their first signs of weakness again. You also notice up there close is technology, which is one of my favorite areas in the short department right now. Here's the semis putting in basically a bearish Harami situation, and again not even near this old support area. Materials, one of the stronger areas out there, and again notice way above this old resistance. Really broke through there with some girth. Finance, just really choppy right around this 29 zone. And again technology, looking pretty weak right under this old support. Hopefully that turns out to become new resistance. Coming on over to the portfolio, you can see not much is going on. We got one trade out there, and that's that CNX long. And we've moved our stop to break even, so we've got no risk and very little out there working in the market. I'm a little nervous about going long right here because of the toppy conditions, so we'll place those short orders again for tomorrow and see what happens. I'm going to stick with my market rating of a -3 here, and why that is I think I got suckered on last week's move, but the overall trend is still down, and I got to play with that bigger trend regardless of what this side action does on the short term. I've been faked out of too many of these moves where you go short, get stopped out, get frustrated, only to watch it go in that direction. So I'm going to hang tough, pick some safe entries, and let's see what happens. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening.